Good afternoon, ladies. It's Hills Chris here, and welcome to this week's Lunchtime Learning Live. And I'm going to be talking about creating effective marketing content. So, I'm going to cover, because this is something that a lot of people struggle with, is creating marketing content. And I think we can waste a lot of time over it and overthink it, right? It's quite a thing to learn about how to create effective marketing content. So obviously this is just going to be a short live. So I'm going to cover the 5 biggest mistakes, or at least 5 of the biggest mistakes that I see people like you making all the time around creating and sharing content. And I'm going to talk about how you can rectify them. And then at the end, a little bit about what your marketing content should be helping you to achieve, and how to start creating content more quickly and easily. So, number 1, sharing irrelevant content. So they're not in any particular order, but number 1, sharing irrelevant content. So, for example, you've downloaded someone's content calendar, right, which can be really useful, and they've put in some national days or some trending hashtags or whatever that you can use, right? So you post about your favourite cup of tea for National Tea Day. Now, I saw this recently with somebody. Or you're sharing pictures of your cat. Or perhaps you share something funny, right? And there's nothing wrong with fun, but I'm talking about business and how you can use content for your business. So these kind of posts may get engagement, but are they getting you clients, right? So National Tea Day, I drink green tea or whatever. Fine, and what's your favorite cup of tea? You might get loads of engagement, but are you actually getting clients from it? So you have to move away from the dopamine hit, right, of getting likes and comments. So we get we do get a dopamine hit. Studies have shown from social media, when you get a like or a comment and you get some engagement, it gives us a little boost. We can feel good about that. But think about what is more important: getting engagement on a post, or getting a paying client and actually bringing money in. Okay, so how do you rectify it? So you need to start by only sharing relevant content, right? Relevant to your ideal client and relevant to your business, right? So you can think about the intention for a piece of content. So what are you actually trying to do with it? What do you want people to do? What outcome do you want from posting that post or that video or sending that email, right? So is it to get new leads? Is it to warm up your audience? Is it to inform your audience? Is it to convert people, to actually get people to buy something? Is it to educate, right? There's like a lot of different reasons why you are taking part in creating content, okay? And, I'm all about fun too, but if your bag is, fun, or it's motivational, or it's it's all about relaxation and well-being, and if it's related to your business, then that's fine. If that is your vibe, then that's absolutely fine. But just make sure that the majority of your content has a really clear purpose, and that it's related to you bringing in more clients. Right now, that might not be the top line intention of a post, for example, but it's it's something that leads people to having more clients. Okay. So number 2 is trying to talk to everyone, and what happens is your content ends up being really bland, really beige, and it appeals to no one. So you don't want to be a broadcaster, right? Trying to just talk to everyone about anything, and blah, 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 right? It can be really you want to be a lighthouse, right? So imagine you're shining your light, and you're picking up, you're targeting specifically your ideal clients, right? You have to get super clear on your ideal clients, what you help them with, and all of that. And marketing is a conversation, right? It's like a one-to-one conversation, but of course it's one to many, because you can be sharing content. So obviously I'm sharing content at the moment, and there's probably more than one, there's more than one person listening. So you want to make sure that all your ideal clients have enough in common, so that when you do share, it's like you're sharing to that one person, even though you're sharing kind of to many, right? and you won't be for everyone, and that is okay. It's much better to be a bit Marmite, right? So people kind of love you or hate you, than being really vanilla and so bland and so boring because you don't want to upset anyone, right? I'm talking to the long time people pleasers. If you do that in your marketing, then it's a big turn off. No one's gonna no one's gonna listen or read or whatever. So how do you rectify it? You need to get clear on your niche, get clear on who you help, what you help them with, and how you help them. There's more than enough to talk about on all of those things. And you don't need to try and help everyone with everything, right? So remember, the live that I did last week was all about your niche and going narrow but going deep. Okay, but be yourself, be different, be courageous. Really sort of dig deep into what you want to share. I find when I really share kind of deeply from my heart, it usually gets loads of engagement. Okay, so people can really resonate with that when you really, really talk your truth with confidence. And when you talk directly to your ideal clients with confidence by really understanding them, it really helps. Next week's live is going to be all about how you can understand them more and really get that inside information on your ideal clients so that you can talk to them in that way. Right, number 3 is winging it, going with the flow, or kind of not really having a strategy behind your content. So, and your content kind of not being linked to your business goals. So, I am all for creating content that comes from a very inspired place, that flows, that's, what you want to share and all of that. But that doesn't mean that you should be really haphazard and kind of ad hoc or making it up as you go along, which a lot of people do when it comes to content, right? And they post only when they feel like it, or they're having an inspired day, so they might post a video and a post and and they kind of just blurt it all out there because they're kind of feeling really inspired, and then they don't post for another 2 weeks or something, right? But that's not being consistent, and I think, as we all know, it's better to be consistent, right? You want to be drip feeding. Sharing content is not a nice to have, and as I've said, it needs to be done. It needs to be strategic, right? So it isn't just because everyone says you need to create and share content. It's like, well, why are you sharing this content? What is the point of it? It needs to be strategic. So yeah, how to rectify the kind of winging it and going with the flow and not having a strategy. So your content and the time and effort that you put into it, because it does take time and effort, needs to work for you and your business, and it needs to be part of the strategy, your overall marketing strategy of how you get more clients and make more sales and ultimately grow your business. So you should be taking people on a journey to taking the next step with you, whether that's signing up for your webinar or getting your lead magnet to get more help with whatever it is you're talking about, or it's jumping on a call or whatever, or it's clicking through to a blog, all of those things. You've got to think about kind of what is the next step for them, and how is your content like part of your marketing strategy, right? And you can absolutely still create when you're feeling inspired. Just, you don't have to post it straight away, right? So we're talking about social media, but space it out. So if you kind of get an inspired day and you write, loads and loads of stuff, and maybe it's too long for one post, but split it into 2 or 3 posts, and then you've got content for the whole week already done, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to post it all straight away. So make sure that, the inspiration is all good. And just because you don't post it straight away doesn't mean that the receiver isn't going to feel inspired by what you share. The time doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you post it. Okay, number 4 is, so we're talking about content mistakes that people make, common content mistakes. So this one is about talking too much about yourself, right? Now, I'm going to caveat this with, it is a balance, right? I do think it's great to share a little bit about yourself or your family or your situation or what you're feeling or whatever, so that people can get to know the real you. But your content is there to achieve specific goals, right, which we've talked about already. So I just think I see a lot of people just, sharing pictures of their cats or their kids or or themselves, or it's, I'm out for another run, or it's a well-being, or I'm having a cup of tea or whatever. And it's like people engage with it. Don't ask me why, because that sort of stuff is just so uninteresting for me. But a lot of people, it's quick and easy to post and engage on it. You see someone having a nice cup of tea and with their feet up and having a relaxation, in the garden or whatever, and people are like, right? And then we get the dopamine hit. So how do you rectify if you're kind of just sharing a bit too much about yourself? And I do think it's good to do a bit of that. But you need to really, this is all about your ideal clients, right? So you need to deeply understand them and really thinking about how you help them with their specific issue, right? You want to show them that you understand where they're at, what they're struggling with, the problems, the worries, and all of that, and demonstrate that you can help them, right? So really show them the journey, the pathway to the solution, right? From problem to solution. Right, and last but not least, number 5 is talking about the wrong things. So this one, I'm going to focus on talking about the features or the needs instead of the benefits and all the outcomes and results, right? So we purchase based far more on emotion than on logic, right? So we often think that people buy based on logic, but we actually don't. We buy far more based on emotion. So features are things like how many sessions they're going to get, or the workbook that they get with it, or the spacing, or that they get email support from you in between sessions or whatever, right? And that doesn't sell people. It's not about how many sessions you're selling within your program or whatever, right? People want to know, can you get me the result I want? Can you help me, right? So instead of telling people the features, how many sessions, etc., inspire them to take action, right? So you want to paint the picture of possibility. You want to outline the benefits or the results they will get from signing up with you or working with you, right? You want to talk about the outcomes that they will get or that they could get or that others have already got by getting your help. So one way you can do that is you can share testimonials or anonymous stories about clients, or even stuff from discovery calls and things, right? You can talk about this is the problem that they're having and this is how I helped them, whatever. Okay, so that's 5 content mistakes that are really, really common and ways that you can rectify it. So I hope that's been really useful. And again, I just want to reiterate, you really want to get in touch with what is the point of creating and sharing content, because it takes quite a lot of time and effort to do it, and it has to help you achieve your business goals, right? That is the point of it. It is helping you achieve your business goals. So whether that is attracting more ideal clients into your world, whether that's kind of warming people up, so you might be teasing before you launch something, or you might be warming them up by demonstrating how you can help them or showcasing your expertise, right? Or you want them to take action, right? Like click on a link or jump on a call or whatever. So you really need to be clear on what is the goal or the intention of the content, right? And that can be different for each bit of content. So you want to be mixing it up depending on the platform. You want to be drawing in new leads, you want to be warming people up, and you might want to be converting as well. So listen, if you're struggling to come up with ideas for marketing content consistently, if you find it really hard to turn an idea into a post or a video or an email or whatever without spending a really long time on it, if you want to create content that attracts your ideal clients by adding value, or that positions you as an expert, or that promotes your offers, and you want to be able to post more consistently and regularly, really effective copy that works, and you want your content to be helping you achieve your business goals, then you really need to be attending a session that I'm running next Thursday at 11:30 till 1. So it's a long session. It's a 90-minute session. And it is a training session that I'm running in my membership, the Authentic Business Club, which I'm inviting people in to join for free to get a taste of the membership, but also because this is one of the biggest things that I see my members are struggling with, clients are struggling with, and a lot of my audience is struggling with. So I'll share the link below, but essentially you're going to learn what to talk about that will resonate with your ideal clients. You're going to generate loads of ideas at the end by working in small groups. You're going to learn 3 easy structures for posts or videos or emails, whatever, so that you can turn any idea into a piece of content quickly and easily without all the overthinking that we do. And you're going to learn how to use call to actions in a way that feels really good. So I am going to share the link below. You do need to register because it's going to be on Zoom. Let's see if I can share it because I'm in StreamYard, but hopefully it will share there. And I will share that if you're on a different platform. All right, if you've got any questions, then please do drop me a comment and ask, and I will come back and answer any questions later. I hope that's been really useful. Do let me know how you find that. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.